everyone. My apologies for the weird looks. My OBS did something weird. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, it is New Year's Eve 2023. And here in the Netherlands, we have about 27 minutes to go until midnight. So I have one countdown screen on the side to keep an eye on it. So how did your writing year go? For me, it was, shall we say, a mixed year. After all, last year I got COVID, contracted COVID, and got long COVID as a result. So this year was quite mixed with getting a lot better, and then I had a fallback, unfortunately, a big fallback, which isn't good. But at the same time this year, or at the same time, or during this year, I should say, I've also been writing again, which is a very good thing. I started writing the background story of Naja and Najat. And for those who have followed me for a while, know that Naja and Najat weren't originally in the Tergaenae Chronicles. I mean, they didn't exist even. So now I have, let me say, I have started the story, and originally it began as a background story for their relationship, because I knew that at the beginning of the series they would have an established relationship with a whole lot of complications, but they would have an established relationship. And the last time I did the stream, that was 2 weeks ago, I think, I told you guys that I made the decision to let their background story actually be the first book in the series, or at least the start of the series. And I think it was a good decision. It's a fun story to write, and I think that with this story and the rest that I already have planned, I now have a few pillars in which the story will come together in the end. So that's a fun thing. And that brings me also to my plans for 2024. I have several plans. Of course, lots of things are also going to be influenced by my health, because I haven't beaten long COVID yet. It's something that I will find out if I can beat it, if I can start to work normal again, my normal hours, and if I can do... My apologies, it was a very early morning today, but I slept during the day several times. So yeah, and normally by this time on a Sunday night I would be long in bed, because normally I would start, since a few weeks I will start at 4:30 a.m. At my job. So for 2024, my plans are under the influence of my health, and that is something I will have to deal with. I don't know how it will go. I don't know how it will progress. I mean, it's not... I don't expect that I will not recover, but I'm a bit... how shall I say that? I want too much too soon, apparently, and that's why I had the enormous fallback this autumn. It turned out that I had built up my hours way too quick, on the base of an adrenaline spike in the summer. So that wasn't a good thing. So I need to rebuild my hours, rebuild my energy, and well, it's not really reprogramming my body, but yeah, I need to work on things. And that also means that in the beginning of 2024, I will not be able to do everything I would like to do. But having said that, my plans, my writing plans for 2024 are to at least finish Nijat's and Nasha's story and finish the outline for the rest of the series. And once the story of Naja and Nijat is finished, rather the whole book, because when I made a decision to make their story the beginning of the whole series, it also meant that I have my work cut out for me. The beginning of the story as I have it now is not the way it will begin when the series is complete. So I will need to write extra chapters in the beginning, and I will have to bring more of Naja's point of view into the story. So there's a lot of changes coming, but those are good changes. I want to know more about Naja's life before she comes to Dragon City, so I will include some of the things I have discovered. My apologies. And so that means that when I'm done with writing this first part of the story, that I will probably write a few chapters that will come before that, and I will probably write some pieces that will come in between of what I have already written, because I need that, shall we say, that information on that part of the story, which I don't have yet. So those are all things that I will need to write. And that's the fun part. That is what I have planned for 2024. And going from there, I think, I mean, I originally thought that it would be a simple background story, just as background information for myself. And now that I am going deeper into this story, I find that it is not only a background story. Let me, just to be sure, let me check the sound. Yeah, okay, I can hear myself in YouTube as well. It's not only just a background story, but there is so much happening in this story that it is much more than just a background story. And it makes it a whole lot better. It also means that I need to include, shall we say, a lot more foreshadowing. I need to check a lot of things in the original outline I had, and also see how the main cast that I originally had, how their roles will be. At the moment, I still expect that the main cast I had, it will be there, like Seamus and Finlay, who play an important role in the series. They will be there. They are in the background story, and they will be there later on. Ruark is the same. He will be there later on. Those things haven't changed. I will need to see how I will work with, or how I can work with what I had already written from Isla, for example, and several other characters that are in the drafts that I had already written. And because the original first book that I had in mind would have Isla's point of view as one of the most important point of views in the story. I will have to figure out how that goes with this background story, because this background story really is about Naja and Najat. Isla is not in this story, or at least I don't expect her to be in this story. Maybe near the end, but especially not where I am right now. So I have actually no idea how that will be. So that is something that I will have to think about. I still see, how shall I put this? I still feel that Isla has a very important role. So I want to make sure that it works with what I'm writing now. So once I have written more in this part, I will look at my outline and with what I have already written in the past, and see from there, and see how I can adjust things and how things play out or can play out. Because there are these things that I have already discovered in the past, things that I know that that I know that will probably be there. So I will have to check how that works with everything that I have written so far. But that's a good thing, and it's going to be fun. Originally, I thought that in 2024 I would be able to at least finish the draft that I have right now, or that I was working on earlier, for the first book, or what I originally thought was going to be the first book, and possibly also more of the series, and ideally the whole of the series. It is my intention to first write the whole series, because I know myself, and I know that things can change, but not only that, I know that I will discover things, I will write things later on. I will write things that will be important to the story, but that are not in any way foreshadowed, let me put it that way, in the earlier parts of the story. And that is why I have decided to first write the whole series. In contrast to what I had originally in mind. Originally, I wanted to write the first book with the various draft versions that I talked about in the Scrivener video. If you haven't seen that one yet, go check it out. I posted it today, earlier today. But I originally, like I said, originally I had in mind to finish that first book, finish the drafts, finish all the drafts, and with that, finish the book. Finish it in a way that I could send it to aspiring partners, alpha readers, beta readers, etc. Right now, I think, or rather, I feel it's far more important for me to finish the whole series. And once I have finished the whole series, oh, my apologies. Once I have finished the whole series in the sandbox version, let me put it that way. Well, for the book part that or series part that I had originally already written, that would be the sandbox version. But that's okay. I don't mind that. Right now, for me, it's important to have that whole sandbox version, or the sandbox version, I should say, of the whole series complete. And then I will start the editing revision process and see where it will take me. I do this because I am mostly a chronological writer. It is for me important to have the events in a chronological order, but not only that, I also need to write them in a chronological order. Sometimes I will write pieces that come way further ahead in the books, in the series. Like I have written a piece about Naja and Najat. I have written pieces about Ayla. I have written pieces about Ruar. That will all, and the antagonists. Those are all pieces that will come way later in the series. But that's okay. It is, how shall I say that? For me, that is okay, because those scenes, some are really not scenes anymore. Some are really chapters. Those scenes and those chapters were needed at that time because they kept playing in my head. And when a scene or a chapter keeps playing in my head, and I can't get rid of it, even though I am writing other things, then I know that I have to write that scene or that chapter before I continue with other things. So yeah, I have written pieces that belong way further ahead in the series, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I also pretty much have an idea on how the series will end. The fun part is that I sometimes too regular hear other authors say, well, you know what, once I know how the story will end, I don't like to write it anymore. I know there are people who work like that, who can't work like that. Let me put it that way. There are people who don't use an outline because that, for them as the author, will spoil the story, and at that moment they know enough of the story that it doesn't interest them anymore. Brandon Sanderson talked about that in one of his lectures. I don't remember which one, but check him out. He talked about that and about the fact that every author has his or her own way to write a story, has his or her own writing process, and that is important. And for me, right now, in contrast to what I thought earlier, I want to be honest about that. In contrast to what I thought earlier, for me right now, it is important to write the whole series. This means that I will write the rest of the outline of the whole series. I had a very, very rough outline of the rest of the series. I had written what you might call blurbs or summaries, which were really very rough, for the rest of the books. And now I have decided that once I'm pretty much done with the story of Naja and Najat, I will continue writing that outline and make it more concrete for myself, and write the outline till the end of the series. Because even though writing Naja and Najat's story without an outline, normally I do work with an outline. And I mean, it's not that I have an extensive outline. On the contrary, my outline has keywords per chapter and maybe a few key phrases per chapter, but that's it. I mean, I've been known to write a whole chapter or multiple chapters of 10,000 words based on 2 sentences. I had 2 sentences in my outline, and it wasn't originally meant as a chapter, but in the end I wrote 10,000 words. So 10,000 words, that's 1/5 of the NaNoWriMo goal, and the NaNoWriMo goal of 50,000 words is seen as the smallest novel. So when you've written 1/5 of a novel, yeah, that's more than a chapter. And I wrote that based on 2 sentences. I didn't need any more, just 2 sentences. So I know I can do that. But with everything that's going on in this series, and that I will no doubt discover later on for the rest of the series, and with all the foreshadowing that I need to do, and things that need to flow, I know that I now need an outline for the whole series, and I need an outline at least on chapter basis, to make sure that things will flow better. I mean, Naja and Najat's story, as we speak, as I'm writing this, is going very good. I mean, that's not the problem. But to make sure that that it keeps flowing, and that it all is coherent, and that it all that it is all really a great series as total. I need to make sure that I have an outline, and that I can point in the outline to the foreshadowing points and other things that are important, to make sure that that the story is correct, and that everything that I have discovered and that I will discover in the future is correct and will work. So yeah, that's part of my plan for 2024. I hope that I can do that, given good energy, and looking forward to being recovered from long COVID. I really hope I can manage to do that, and from there keep on writing and make a great writing year with it, because it's how shall I say that? I have been writing this year, but I hope that I can really make it a habit to write every day. And I know that it will take time to make it a habit for me. It's not that I don't work on my story. It's just I need to also write it. I mean, I think about things that develop in my story, in the world building, in the storyline with the characters, etc., etc. So those are things that are basically always in the back of my mind. Um, so it's not that I'm absolutely not working on my story, but I need to get those words on paper or on digital paper at least, because that would be ideal. And I'm very much looking forward to being able to do that in 2024, and to finish Naja and Ajat's story for the beginning, and to finish that outline for the series. Those are basically my writing plans for 2024. Will I be able to do that? I don't know, but I will be working on it. It is a challenge, and I know that. I'm very aware of that. But I don't care. It's a fun challenge. It is a creative challenge, and it's interesting to see how far I can take it. And not only how far I can take it, but also everything I can do with it, and everything I will discover more about Tergaenae and about all the characters that I've written in the Tergaenae Chronicles. It's incredible. I mean, it really is. It seems that the countdown clock is a little bit late, because several sources already say that it is officially midnight. It is officially 2024 right now. Let me see if I can. I don't know if you heard that, but here in the Netherlands, it is officially right now 2024. So, guys, I wish you a wonderful 2024, with lots of creativity, with stories that flow, characters that will reveal themselves, characters that will reveal their intentions, or maybe hide their intentions depending on what is needed in your story. I wish you a very healthy 2024, with lots of love and joy and laughter, and health, of course, and creativity. Creativity is one of the most important things besides health, that I wish you all, especially when you were writing, you need creativity. So that is what I wish you all, for 2024, which has now officially started here in the Netherlands. So join us in this party. It's incredible. I mean, it's weird to be here. I don't know if you can hear all the fireworks outside. I'm going to open some of the blinds to see if I can see some of the fireworks. It seems that in previous years, you can't see me on the screen right now, but in previous years, if I would look outside, at the back, I would see a lot of fireworks, but I don't see that right now. I can hear the fireworks though. I mean, it's yeah, there's a lot of fireworks. And I think a few people who moved here in this last year, in the last few months, are also very, how shall I say that? Um, they also love fireworks apparently because they've been at it for the whole day already. Um, and I can hear them setting off the fireworks in the streets at the front of the house. Um, so it will. I wonder how it will be tomorrow, or rather today, later today. But that's okay. That's okay. I don't care. That is what New Year's Eve is all about, right? Um, but I have to say, I do know that this is not the same in other countries. Here in the Netherlands, we still can buy our own fireworks and still set it off exactly how we want it. And well, I wanted to say when we want it, but it's not that. There are rules. For example, today, or rather yesterday, right now, people were allowed to set up the fireworks. Oh, now it's starting in the back. We're allowed to set up the fireworks from 6 p.m. Well, they've been at it for several days already. 6 p.m. on the 31st of December. So that what technically was yesterday. But they've been at it for days already. And that's sometimes annoying. Well, oftentimes annoying. And because we can still set off our own fireworks, we do have emergency DERs that can overflow with patients who have been injured by the fireworks because we can still set them off ourselves. Some of the biggest cities have fireworks shows. One of the few notifications I saw mentioned that also several of those cities have cancelled the fireworks shows for today, and they will move it to, or rather tomorrow, technically. Anyways, on January the 1st, they will have the fireworks shows because we have a lot of wind here right now because there's a storm, or rather remnants of a storm, I think. At least there is a lot of wind, and that is why several cities that usually have fireworks shows have cancelled it and delayed it with a day, so people can still look forward to that. Here I'm going to open the blinds again and see how the fireworks are doing. Well, it's relatively, it's not as much as earlier years. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys. That's something I maybe can do next year, in the end of this year. I mean, we'll have to see about that. But yeah, it's fun to see, and for me right now, being with you guys during doing this live stream, I still can see the fireworks outside, so that's also a nice thing. I mean, if we would have a fireworks show, then I would have to go there instead of being here. So that's the difference right now. But yeah, it's fun to do, or fun to see, I should say. But it does bring its consequences of people needing to go to the ER, and I think the light's a bit better this way. People needing to go to the ER, and things being damaged or even destroyed by the fireworks, because that's what youngsters do apparently, or well, so I'm told. I have no idea why, but at least I'm told that that's what they do. So well, that's it. But to start off this new year in a good fashion, sorry, I was a bit distracted by the fireworks outside. But to start off the new year in a good fashion, I will do a writing sprint in just a few minutes. But I wanted to tell you guys before I forget to tell you. For this channel, I have a few things planned as well. The first thing was the Scrivener video that I posted a few hours ago. It will have a follow-up video that will go deeper into how Scrivener works. The video that I posted earlier was about how to set up a writing project or your fantasy project in Scrivener, and I do hope you guys can still properly hear me with all the fireworks and all the bangs going off, because it's really loud here for me to hear, but it's beautiful to see. Okay, I won't give them that. Anyways, the Scrivener video that I posted a few hours ago was about how to set up your writing projects in Scrivener, your fantasy writing project or any other writing project that you do. And the second Scrivener video, it will take a bit of time before I have made that. That will go deeper into how Scrivener works. So I will also show more about the revisions, about editing, about compiling, about the tools that are in Scrivener, like the name generator, the lookup functions, how they work. I've shown a little bit of everything in the earlier mentioned Scrivener video, but because that is already a long video and it had the setup of the the setup of your writing project as a subject, I didn't want to merge it with also how to use Scrivener, because those are essentially two different subjects. So look forward to a follow-up Scrivener video, but do expect it to be later on this month. It won't be in the first half of this month. At least I don't expect it to be, because it will take a lot of time to film everything. I've learned a lot of filming the earlier Scrivener video and making it and editing it. I've learned a lot, but it also taught me that it takes a lot of time, and there are a few things that I will need to figure out how I can save time, but that's a challenge. That's a fun thing. That's another creative challenge I have for this year, and that is why it will take time to make that video. So you can expect that in probably the second half of January, maybe near the end of January. I can't guarantee anything yet. It also depends on how things go at work, especially because I have to do things also for reintegration back into my work and possibly to a new job, depending on how it goes with my health. We have a whole process for that here in the Netherlands, which is a good thing, but that will take energy and that will take time. So I need to find a balance between those things. I have also several other smaller videos in mind, so keep an eye on that. Those will just be videos of 5, maybe 10 minutes on different subjects, and a few surprises that I can't say yet. And I will start my podcast this month. It's so I've got several things planned for this year, for also for my channel. So it's something I look forward to bringing you guys, and to see how that goes, and to get more experience with making videos, making podcasts, and basically everything else, because there's so much you can do, and it's all fun. So those are my plans for 2024, at least for now. Things might change. It all depends on how my health is going to be. I really hope that I can recover from it, from long COVID, that I can fully recover from it. But it will take time, and it will take energy, and I'm still looking for this balance between work and my private life and my health, to see how things go. And that's not the easiest thing. But like I said, to start off this year in a proper writing fashion. One moment. I mean, the new year has started here, and let's see. That also means that people are now messaging me because it started. It's all. I mean, yeah. These are all coming in right now. It's fun to see. And I think I can expect potentially also a call. All right, okay. I have to answer this one message, and then I will start the first writing sprint of this year. I hope you are prepared for that. We will have a writing sprint of 25 minutes in a few minutes. Okay, it seems that the phone calls won't be here this year, not this night, but we will have them no doubt in several hours today. But that's okay. I don't mind. It's kind of what I expected, and it's a good thing, because it means that people are either sleeping. Some people need that, or are having fun elsewhere. And that's a good thing as well. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things of celebrating New Year's Eve. Yeah, and it's a good thing. So the fireworks are still going on here. So let me give you guys a writing prompt for this writing session. I have to admit, it is 20 minutes past midnight, and all the fireworks are still going on, but I'm already tired, so I will keep it at one. My apologies, at one writing sprint, because otherwise I'm just going to be way too tired to make any sense of what I'm starting to write. So that's not a good thing. So I will have my normal writing sessions, live writing sessions, coming Friday, like usual, at 3 p.m. Central European time or Amsterdam time. So keep that in mind. Although I think I need to check that. Let me check that for you guys. I think that I haven't planned it. I think this was the last live stream that was planned on my channel. Yeah, indeed. So I will plan the next live streams. I will do that sometime today or tomorrow. But be sure that the next live stream after today is going to be Friday, 3 p.m. normal time, or the regular time for us, 3 p.m. Amsterdam time. But for now, let's do one writing sprint to get our writing year started. I wish you all good luck, and as a very obvious writing prompt, I will give you fireworks. Let's see what your characters do with that. I wish you all a lot of fun writing, and may your story flow and may your characters surprise you. Happy writing! And that is the end of our word sprint. Um, it's now 15 minutes to 1 a.m. So that's an early writing sprint. I managed to write a little over 450 words, so that's a good thing, especially considering the fact that I was distracted by the fireworks and by some incoming messages from people wishing me a happy new year and everything. So I still managed to write, to be exact, 461 words. Wow, there's really a lot of fireworks going on the side of the housing block. I can really feel the what feels like explosions of some kind. I wonder what the street will look like in the morning. Anyways, it's not. I think this piece. Oh, my apologies. I think this piece will be something I will adjust in the future. It's not quite flowing as I would have expected. Um, I don't know yet. I will have to see about that. But for now, I will just keep on going in my future writing sessions. Because even though I'm not entirely happy with what I have written so far, what I've written today, it is in some way something I will need for the rest. So I will probably, I don't know, adjust text or maybe include some extras. I don't know yet. It's it's not the best work. Let me put it that way. But that doesn't matter because I have written today. I have written 461 words, which is a good thing. My apologies. Fun thing is, on a related note, I've been watching, or rather listening to Brandon Sanderson's lectures on his writing course. He really is funny to listen to. But that's not the point. The point is that he said that if you manage to write, what was it? I think. What was it? I think 1,000 to 2,000 words a week that you could write a novel in a year. So that's a good thing. And with this amount of words, I have made a dent into that for this first week of January. So I'm quite happy with that. It's something I will need to work on furthermore this week. I don't know. I will have to see how it goes, but that's okay. At least I wrote something this morning. I mean, it's almost 1 a.m. This morning, and even though it is in the middle of the night, and a time I would normally not be awake anymore, it's New Year's Eve. And that, oh, let me get back to the main screen again. It's New Year's Eve, so that means that our society, if you want to put it like that, is a bit different this night. I mean, people are outside setting off fireworks. Although it is slowing down right now, which I don't mind at all. I do hope that those explosion-like fireworks have now officially stopped. I mean, I could feel it almost under my feet. So I don't know what that was. And unfortunately, it's dark outside. I mean, we do have the street lanterns, but I'm not quite looking forward to go outside to see what the heck was going on. I mean, I have no idea what they used, what they set up. So, I mean, I can see a box and come to the conclusion that must have been it. While it might have, while it might have had, I don't know, a whole bunch of fireworks. I don't know, whatever those arrows, those I don't know. I will see tomorrow, or rather later today when I wake up again. Um, and even as I speak, while I say that it was dwindling down, they're starting again. So my sleep won't be easy tonight. Um, but that's what New Year's Eve is. Um, I mean that's all part of it, right? Um, it's not, or rather, I have to say, it's all part of it here in the Netherlands. I mean, I know there are countries where there are only fireworks shows, so that's a whole different ballgame. Oh, wait, stop. No, I didn't mean to do that. That's what you get when I still haven't fixed those hotkeys for that. That's something I need to do as well for one of the next live streams. I'll get to it one day. I just have way too many things going on. Way too many things in my head. Things I want to do. So yeah, that sometimes distracts me. It's not handy, I do admit. But you know what? It's okay. I mean, um, it's all part of it, right? That's part of the creative process and part of the things I want to do this year. I'm not gonna say I need to do or have to do. Well, sorta, but yeah, no. It's one of the things I want to do this year. I have no idea when I will get to it. It's I will see to it. I will see when I get to it. I'm not gonna push myself to it, especially right now because I'm still. I know that if I try to push myself to it, that it might go wrong, because I do not always have enough energy. And right now, my energy, or rather lack of energy, is still a serious issue, and that has priority over everything else. So I am happy with the results, even though I haven't written that much today. But that's okay. That's okay. I have written, and that's what is important. So the plans for this week is a live stream coming Friday. That's at 3 p.m. our regular schedule. 3 p.m. Central European time, Amsterdam time. So that's our regular schedule, and I might release another video this week, but I can't tell you guys about that yet. I hope that I will be able to do that. So keep an eye out on the channel, and other things are coming up as well. So for now, I wish you all a wonderful evening. And if you have still a few more hours to go, I wish you a wonderful time with family and friends, and I will see you in the next year. And for those who have already passed New Year's Eve, I wish you a wonderful year as well, and I will see you in a couple of hours. Have fun. Bye.